All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get underway. Oh, big game loss yesterday. A long, long, long game for these two teams, and today may not be any better. Back on the 25th of June, Nail versus Nagyuan, 15 to 15, 5 hours and 26 minutes, something like that. Welcome, Mary Kate. I know you're watching Kia, but your heart is in Taiwan. So Nagyuan on the mound, 360 ERA. He's two games. He doesn't have any decisions yet, though. He did have the lead in his last matchup against Hanwha, so he's pitched much better this year. 2024 at 8.51 ERA, 26 starts, but or 26 games, but only 14 starts. Again, he had all of the off-field issues last season, and actually before that, is he had some relationship off-field issues before the season even started last year, and then last year again he was caught out drinking the night before his starts, and not only that, then he pitched awful in that start, and he ended up being sent away down, and then came back late and pitched a little bit better. So last year, 4-7 on the season. Opponents hit 353 against him. Against Kia, it was not any better. For 3 games against Kia, he was 0-1. Kia hit 405 against him. As the first pitch is in there for a strike, and we are officially underway. So Nagyuan, the only pitcher in the KBO that features a forkball, the number one pitch, or at least the starters, is going to be a ground ball. The diving stop by Na Sung Yup, and tosses over Nagyuan, or not Nagyuan, and right like that it's one away. The key player, according to Spo TV, was Na Sung Yup and Byonu Yuk. A nice diving stop there to take away a leadoff single, and Wisdom will come up. So Nagyuan again features 4 pitches, forkball 42% of the time. Again, he's the only starter in the league that throws a forkball, his number one pitch. Other than that, he also has a fastball 38% of the time, 143. So not terribly fast. Is actually right around the same as James Nail throws his two seam. So two pitchers that are very, very different than every other pitcher in the league. Put it that way. So forkball number one pitch for Nagyuan, and for Nail, the two seam is his number one pitch, and that is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. So I'll go more over Nail's stuff whenever he's out on the mound, but also a cutter and a curveball are going to be the four main pitches Nagyuan throws. As that's a fastball right down the middle, 146. He's fired up tonight, apparently. Kia and Lotte have a long, long, long history, and we are not talking about the baseball history. We are talking about political history. These two areas do not like each other, as that is a ball on the outside, and it's 2-2. So Wisdom hitting at 250 on the season. His hot streak is kind of fizzled out a bit. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Checks his swing. Did he go around? He did not. And we've got our first full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. It did take us an entire one out to get there. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. And he fouls that one away into the Kia bullpen, or the Kia dugout. He's trying to take out his teammates. A little laugh and a smile, because he's not the one in the dugout. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch once again, and that's going to be a slow roller in front of the mound, or in front of the plates. And he doesn't even run out of the box. He picks it up and tags him, and that'll go down as a 2 on your scoreboard. Wisdom looked surprised that he was fielding that. All right, quick 2 outs now. That's going to bring up a Nasung Bomb. Nasung Bomb only 227 on the season. And looks at strike one, and it's 0-1. Does have 3 home runs on the season, however. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's up high in the zone, and that's right back up the middle, and it hits off the bag, and that's going to be trouble as it's going to roll into left field. The shortstop, Junmin Jae, was over to make the play as it went under. It went just past Nagyuan, and then it was going right up second base, right where Junmin Jae was moving over from the shortstop position, and then it hits the bag and rolls into left field, and he'll have himself a 2-out single. Gotta have some luck every once in a while, I guess. But Shea Hung Woo steps in now, the DH, hitting 304 on the season for the permanent DH. Every once in a while, he will play some LB or some 1Bs. A doubles machine. Might want to put some guys on base for you guys. Career hits in third place with 2,456. Sonos up 2,526. He passed Pak Young Taek last year. Still playing it down in NC. As that runs inside, and it's 2-0. Sonos up, a longtime Giants outfielder. I'm wearing a Lotte Giants uniform today. All right, the 2-0 pitch to Shea Hung Woo, and that just catches the outside. And it's 2-1. I'll always wear the home team uniform unless they're playing here in Daejeon, and then I'll wear the away team uniform. All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch. Low, but does catch the very, very bottom of the zone, and it's 2-2 now. Oh, I don't know why you watch that junk. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch as he sets up on the outside. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock. A swing and a miss, though, and that will be 3 away as he gets the strikeout to end the inning, and we will go to the bottom of the first. It's 0-0, ladies and gentlemen. I like the amount of just bad everything in that entire team is just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable, honestly. All right. Especially in Jamshil. Jamshil has a huge foul territory, so you know if it's foul or not. Like some of these, like Hanwha's new stadium, and then like Samsung, a lot of those stadiums don't have very good, like don't have a lot of foul territory. So you want to make the, a couple steps off the bag. All right, James Nail out on the mound. Really a bunch of zeros for him. ERA of 0, 1-0 on the season, 13 games, 18 innings. Opponents are only hitting 131 against him. So a 34 inning consecutive run or shutout innings. I can't even think of the words. The record he is chasing that. Again, just having an absolutely ridiculous start to the season. 12 strikeouts, 5 walks, 0 runs, 0 earned runs, a .61 WHIP. He finally did get his first at his finally did get his win last game against Samsung. And yeah, so pitching, I mean, anytime he takes the mound, Kia has to expect to win. Looks like Lotte fans expect the same, as there is nobody in the stands at this game. The entire outfield is empty, minus a few. All right, here comes the first pitch, and in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. So I promised I'd talk about it a little bit here, as uh, I talked about Naguan is the only pitcher that starts with his number one pitch is a fastball, or is a forkball. Nails number one pitch is that's fouled away, and it's going to be 0-2. His number one pitch is a two seam. Two seam and slider are pretty close. 36% of the time he's going to throw a two seam. 34% of the time he's going to throw a slider. 145, 131. That big sweeper is his out pitch. Definitely his out pitch. Then throws a changeup and a curveball. He is the only starter that in the top four of their pitches is not a four seam fastball. The only one. As here comes the 0-2, and that's going to be a beautiful pitch, but he just gets a piece of it, and it'll stay 0-2. So last year against Lotte, he did pitch in 3 games. He was 1-0. Pitched in 17 innings. They hit 268 against him, which was a slightly better than his 259 batting average against for the entire season. As that one runs inside, and that'll be ball one, 1-2 now. James not wearing the mouthpiece today. Kim Tae-goon back behind the plates. And here comes the 1-2 pitch to Wong Sung Bin, and that's going to be chopped, but foul again, and it's going to run that pitch count up. Wong Sung Bin just came back. Just came back up, I believe yesterday, after spending some time down in the second league. Not using PitchCom either, as Kim Tae-goon is flashing the signs, and that is going to be another chopper foul. And we've got 6 pitches, yet it's still a 1-2 count here to the first batter, Wong Sung Bin. Definitely don't like that if you are Kia. Don't want to run that pitch count up too high too early, because you want as much of him as you can possibly get, so you're not running into issues with the bullpen. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss on a big old sweeper. And that is one away. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I don't know who I'm watching. All right, that's going to bring up Go Sung Min. Go Sung Min, the second baseman, just came back up also. All right, here comes the first pitch. That is low, ball one. All right, the 1-0 pitch, 8 on the pitch clock, and it sets up right down the middle and misses low, and it's 2-0. That is low, and Kim Tae-goon not even able to hold it, and that is a 3-0 count now. Only has 5 walks on the season. Last year against Lotte, he gave up 2 home runs. Gave up 11 home runs total on the whole season, and 2 of them were to Lotte. Here comes the 3-0 pitch, and he misses outside, and he walks him on 4 straight pitches. Keeps blowing on his hand. Believe they said 14 degrees currently. Wonder if he's having a little bit of trouble gripping the ball. Can take him looking on. The Lotte Giants coach in his second year at the helm after many years in Doosan. Won quite a few championships in Doosan. All right, Reyes steps in. He's hitting 316 on the season and looks at ball one low. Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, I think it was 18 or so, 18 or so on my way home. Uh, didn't have to put on the old overalls. Nice little chill breeze on the ride. All right, here comes the 1-0. Sets up on the outside. And that catches the bottom of the zone, 1-1. Right, the 1-1 pitch to Reyes, pitch number 14, and that's fouled away, and it's 1-2. A little surprised that both of these guys actually came back. Again, there was lots of talk of Nail going back to the U.S. to play actually for his hometown team, the Cardinals. It was a lot of the rumors since Cardinals are rebuilding and they need somebody. As that is a awful, awful, awful looking swing from Reyes there. He was 100% fooled, and he looked kind of like I would if I was trying to throw and if I was trying to hit against a professional baseball player. That was not a good swing. All right, that brings up the Capitan Junjunu. Thank you, whoever just did that. He got his toe in the dirt, and he's ready to bat flip in any situation. And runs inside. He drops it, but that'll be ball one, and it's 1-0. Hitting at 200 on the season. Still looking for his first home run, though. He's been up and down in this lineup. They had him at the top of the lineup as he was hitting well there. But Lotte just hasn't been able to do much correct all season. And that is low, and it's 2-0. Nail's like, I don't want that ball. Give me a different one. Oh, he does have the mouthpiece in. Didn't notice it for a while. All right, now he's going to the pitch count. 2-0, and that's going to be popped foul, but get out of play. So it looks like he's going with the pitch com if there's a runner on base, and then if there's no runner on base, he just puts the signs down. Spreading the fingers out. Is he going to throw the sweeper here? And here comes the 2-1 pitch in the dirt, and that is 3-1 now. And he already walked Gosung Min. He has 2 strikeouts, but here comes pitch number 20 in this first inning, and a rough, rough first inning for Nail. Nasung Yup on deck, the left-hander. And the 3-1 in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and we'll have ourselves the first full count for Lotte. Two halves of an inning and two full counts, just the way the baseball gods drew it up, ladies and gentlemen. And steps in, and that's going to be ball four. I tried to get him to chase on the outside, but he didn't, and they'll have runners now on first and seconds.
나무 감사합니다.
Thank you, thank you. Can't read that. Kang Hyung Tom. All right, is stepping in now is Kim Min Sung. Thought it was Na Sung Yup, but nope. Kim Min Sung steps in and looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Nail with 5 walks on the season. Then Hanwha should have about 12 championships at this point. And the 0-1 way outside. He is not getting that sweeper near the plate today. And the 1-1 is that is going to be lined right at Pak Chan Ho. And that will be the end of the first. Lotte strands 2. They go hitless with runners on base. And we'll go to the, what do you say? We'll go to the second inning.
나무 감사합니다.
Thank you. Oh, the same one. Dong Hyung Tak. There we go. I don't know why that does that, why it's delayed like that. So anyway. So 2 walks for Nail, but 2 strikeouts and a line out gets him out of the inning. Pitch count is a little high right now at 24 pitches there in that first inning. Versus Nagyuan sitting at 16 pitches. Both teams leaving runners on here in the first inning. Kia will have the number 5 hitter, Yu Song, leading things off in the top of the second inning. Elsewhere around the league, Kilam has already put up a run on LG. As Hernandez, 31 pitches in the first inning. He struggled badly in his last last outing, and not looking good in this one either. Right, Yu Sung will step in. 맞아. Salmon, Juni, Salmon. All right, here we go. First pitch of the second inning, and it's a beauty in there for a strike on the curveball. Nice little 12-6 says time for a strike. 250 on the season for Yu Sung, a 1 homer, and that's a swing and a miss at the top of the zone, and it's 0-2. The logic of some students is severely lacking. And that is in the dirts, and it's 1-2 now. Nagyuan, 16 pitches in that first inning, gave up 1 hit, and that was a 2-out hit to Nasong Bom, who bounced off the plate. So just a tough luck single for him. And here comes the pitch. That is going to be a soft little liner to the second baseman, and just like that, 1 away. It was just liners to the infielders right where they're at. They're not even really having to move at all. All right, that's going to bring up Yano Yak. Yesterday's a big guy, 344 on the season. Looks at ball one there, and it's 1 0. 11 hits, 344 average. No homers yet, though. Uh, Seems like he is starting to learn how to hit, I guess, as he almost hit him in the hands, but he swung anyway and fouled it away, and it's 1 1. 8 for 15 with runners in scoring position. That's not bad. The thing is what are they gonna have? What are they gonna do? Is that's a big swing and a miss there. What are they gonna do with Kim Dong Young comes back? I mean, nails on the mound. You have to think that Kia's gonna win. Lotte's offense is not good. They both teams ran through their bullpens yesterday in a 4-hour colossal game. As that is going to be lifted up into center field. That could be trouble. Wong Sung Bin coming in, and he will make the catch running, and that's 2 away. I mean, Lotte has the pitching matchup, but Nails struggling in the first inning. Nagyuan doing well so far, but anytime you have to get the Lotte bullpen out there is always a very, very scary situation. All right, that's going to bring up a Chewan Jun, the center fielder, and he looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1. Does have one home run to go with his 209 batting average, and that's a chopper up the middle. And that, just like the last inning, he'll have a 2-out single, and they won't go quietly into the night. Second hit of the day for Kia. Again, a 2-out single by Nasung Bom in the first inning here, and a 2-out single by Chewan Jun in the second inning. Both of them right back up the middle. And that's going to bring up the catcher, the backstop, Kim Tae-gun. Chewan Jun has plenty of speed over at first base. We'll see if he takes off trying to steal a base and put himself in a scoring position. That is way upstairs, and it's 1-0. It doesn't look like it. They haven't shown they haven't shown any stadium pictures yet though. No. 1-0 pitch. And that is lifted into the air. Left fielder Jun Janu under it. No, he's not. It's going to drop, and that is going to be a Lotte special. He lost it in the lights, and it drops, and he scores from first because there were 2 outs. And I mean, honestly, Lotte, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It was a can of corn, an easy pop up, but he lost it in the lights. Looking at the stadium now, I mean, it looks dark or gray in the background, but I don't know if that's smoke or just the fact that it's dark out. So, yep, now they're showing it. I don't know. It doesn't look like that bad. All right. Well, it won't be an error because he wasn't going to catch it at all. As that's going to be a ground ball, and Na Sung Yup grabs it and he'll take it himself. They get 1 run. I mean, just absolutely not just awful luck for Lotte there. Just losing in a light, and the fact that they lost it in the lights with 2 outs means that he was running. Yeah, I mean, you got to run. There's 2 outs. You got to go as hard as you can, and you got a center fielder who's got plenty of speed there. It was just absolutely tough luck for Lotte, and but Kia takes advantage of the misplay. Yeah, I mean, if that was anybody else's team, yeah, if that was anybody else's team, they would be like, "Oh my God, what is going on?" But Nog you on tough luck there, but 29 pitches through 2 innings, it's sitting all right for him. Again, you want the first number to match the inning that you just pitched in. Nail will come back out on the mound, and he will be facing the number 6 hitter, Na Sung Yup, the first baseman. My stuff is set up right. There we go. 24 pitches first. So Lotte left 2 on in the first inning, and Kia now has left two runners on. Yeah, like that's the thing that's where the right fielder's like, or the left fielder is like, yeah, that was an error. That should be an error on me. But anyway, Na Song Yup steps in, hitting 204 on the season, and looks at strike one in there. We'll see if Nail figured something out. 148 there on the gun. We'll see if he figured anything up outs while hanging out in the dugout, watching his team give him a 1-run lead. And that just catches the outside, and it's 0-2. Yeah, I mean, but the thing with Sajik isn't even the oldest stadium in the league anymore. Suwon is the oldest stadium. I believe Suwon is 82. And I think Sajik was 87 and Jamshid was 85, as that's upstairs at the top of the zone or above the zone, and it's 1-2 now. Anyaso! Ured Manio! All right, the 1-2 pitch. Nope. He'll reset the signs and he'll come to the plate with 2 seconds left as he fouls that one off. No, 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 no. KT is new, but KT Stadium is old. I'm almost positive KT has the oldest stadium. Nope, I believe KT is I want to say KT is 82 and Jamshil is 85. Is that's going to be a little bloop and that's going to land right in front of the center fielder, and he is going to have himself a leadoff single here in the bottom of the seconds and the first Lotte hit on the day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see, Jamshil was 82. Busan is 85. KT is 89. So I had them backwards. So yeah, as that is going to be a chopper. Shortstop grabs it, throws to second, and then the throw to first, and that will be a erase that single on the 6-4-3 double play. Not a pretty turn, but it got the job done, and that will be 2 away. That was not a pretty looking turn, but with Jung Hoon running, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the same problem with Jamshil is they don't have any place to go, so they're gonna have to play in Gochuk and they'll have to play in Mukdong because again Jamshil is 2 teams, so you got to move 2 teams. And both of the stadium, the opportunities that they have to play is that catches the top of the zone, and it's 1-1. Both of the options that they have, Mukdong and Gochuk, are both really small compared to Jamshid, which is 23,000 or sorry 25,000. Uh, And the 1-1, that's going to be a comebacker. Nail catches it off the mound. That's flip over to first, and there goes the Giants. Nail gets out of it, sitting much better with the 9 pitch inning, and we will go to the third inning. It's 1-0 Kia. Much better. I don't think so, Mary Kate. I've never looked at that, and I refuse to search for you because then it will show up on my search history, and I'll never get away from it. Well, they can't play in Ulsan because it's so dang hot with that turf. And Ulsan is it's awful. And I went to Ulsan in 2018. I went to watch the All-Star game in 2018 in Ulsan. It was miserable. It was like 34 degrees plus the humidity. And they don't even have like real like concession stands. It was like high school where they're hawking bottles of water out of some igloo coolers with some those white folding tables, like doing the old school, like with your credit card, got to swipe it and then manually enter it later on that night. It was not nice. Yeah, they're I wish like I understand why you don't get to like go watch everything, but like some of these as that is a pitch into the dirt. Some of these the real KBO experiences, like I don't think it's very difficult for a lot of people to experience unless you're going to go to some of the outskirt stadiums and things like that to really, I want to say, feel the old of the KBO, as that is in there for strike, and it's 0-2 now to Pak Chong Ho. Pak Chong Ho, in his first inning, he grounded into a 3-1 putout. And here comes the 0-2 way upstairs, and it's 1-2. Yeah, the only stadium that I have not been to for is the Samsung second stadium up in Pohang. That is ripped right at Nasong Yup, and that will be out number one. That is the third line out so far today, as they are hitting the ball hard. And Nasong Yup in the first inning made a diving stop to stop Pak Chan Ho's hit from going into the outfield for a leadoff single. And now he slaps it right at Nasong Yup, who catches the liner. Wisdom now steps in. He is 0 for 1 with a total of about 3 inches of hits, as he grounded out right to the catcher, who picked it up and just tagged him because he'd never even stepped out of the box. As that one is ripped foul, and it's 1-1 now. Yeah, Kia Stadium, I think, is 2014. I want to say, yeah, 2014. As that is upstairs, and it's 2-1. I hate Jamshil. To like get anywhere in Jamshil, you can't watch the game. I hate the hidden concourse. The 2-1, and that is low, and it's 3-1. Like I hate Sajik. I hate Lotte's stadium also, because I just don't like the concourses that you have to go back, and you miss the game. Like you have to watch the game on the TVs as you're walking around. And the 3-1 is swing and into the glove, and that is another full count, ladies and gentlemen. His second full count of the day, the second full count for Kia. Oh, oh, the dome. Well, I have the subway, and the subway comes right out at every stadium except for Hanwha Stadium, Busan Stadium, Changwon Stadium, and KT Stadium. All right, so another 3-2 pitch coming as that one was fouled off. Nope, he's might have to. Nope, he's gonna. I wonder where he got the pine tar. Again, Wisdom has pine tar on his bat, and pine tar is not a thing in the KBO. And the 3-2 runs inside, and that will be ball four. He'll take his base, and he'll be on for the first time today. Yeah, dude, definitely. You've got to go Subway. Uh, yeah, he had to. Like, unless his bat just looks like that, like if that's the paint job on the bats, and it's painted to look like pine tar, and he's using the KBO spray sticky stuff. I don't know. But Na Sung Bam steps in and lifts that one, but foul out of play, and it's 0-1. Yeah, definitely looks like pine tar, but whether or not it is, yeah. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, runs way inside, 1-1 now. Yeah, I know Hanwha or not Hanwha, but Dejan is doing a new subway line. I don't know how close it's going to go to the stadium. I mean, it's not too bad of a walk. It's 10 minutes from my house, and I'm right by the stadium. All right, the 1-1 pitch now as he checks over on Wisdom with probably one of the worst pickoff moves I've ever seen in my entire life. Wisdom and Nail never played together in St. Louis, did they? The 1-1 pitch, and that's going to be chopped foul as he was way off balance on that, and it's 1-2 now. I think they were at different times. And that is absolutely crushed. Goodbye, baseball. And that will put them up 3-1. I know who's doing that. Yeah, Keelam's probably the worst team in the league. They're young, they have no money, they're broke. That clears the field, and well, yeah. That would be a hit, ladies and gentlemen, and that's a swing and a miss. Can't blame that one on the lights. It looked like Wan Sung Bin was gonna catch it. I was like, man, he crushed that. And then Wan Sung Bin is going and stopping in front of the warning track, looking up at the ball. I'm like, what is going on? Swing and a miss there, and it's 0-2. There's my music here. I think I got it. And probably shouldn't do that anymore, as that's a swing and a miss, and strike three. Second strikeout of the day for Che Young Oh. On that forkball, and it was delivered to the Lotte fans in the outfield. Yes, my inside into the players, as that's going to be a chopper to the shortstop. Grabs it, throws across, and down goes That'll be 3 away for Kia, but they add 2 more on the 2-run shot by Nasung Bomb. Will go to the bottom of the third. It is all. Yeah. Not a good inning there for old Nagyuan. Yeah. Yes. I can't wait. Torpedo bats and pine tar in the KBO, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it going. 48 pitches, 19 pitches in that inning. "48 pitches, he's sitting all right." 'I'm hoping that James actually pitches a weekday game here, so I'll go to a weekday game. Go watch him pitch. I haven't even attempted outside of opening day. I haven't even attempted to buy a ticket for Hanwha games. It's just ridiculous. All right, to the bottom of the third inning here is Nasung Bong. We'll watch a replay of that moonshot. Lotte will have their number 9 hitter coming up, the shortstop, Junmin Jae. And Lotte really struggling at the shortstop position since Dixon Machado left. Dixon Machado, I believe, is the only player that I remember that has signed a multi-year contract in the KBO, as that is fouled away, and it's 0-1. For years, they were only allowed to sign 1-year contracts. Then they changed the rules where they have the first year, $1 million limits, and then after that, they can sign multi-year contracts. So here comes the 0-1 pitch, and checks his swing, and he fouls it into Kim Tae-goon's mask. Yeah. 0-2. And and fouls that straight back. Bambada. 어디에서 쏘나요? 영어나 한국어 더 편해요. And the 0-2 pitch, and he sticks the bat out. That might be a little bit of trouble as Nasung Bomb slides in and is not able to make the catch, and he's going to be on first with a leadoff single. Number 9 hitter leading things off with a single, the second hit of the day for Lotte. A little bloop into right field. Nasung Bomb not able to make the catch. Attempted to slide at it, something like that. Closed his eyes and didn't get to see it bounce over him. So that'll bring up Hong Sung Bin. Left-hander gave some pitch count madness to Nail in the first inning, but ended up striking out. 37 pitches now for Nail through 2+ innings. Runner on first, and that'll be a check over on first. So last inning, they also led off the inning with a single and ended up getting a chopper to turn the 6-4-3 double play to get rid of that base runner. These guys will be a little bit tougher to double up as he slaps the bunt down, but I believe he hits it into his own bat, and it's 0-1. The KT Pan? Lotte Pan? 어떤 팀 응원해요? Which team do you cheer for? All right, the 0-1 pitch to Wang Sung Bin. And Chopper, that's going to be trouble. Shortstop grabs it, tosses it to second, and they're not going to even attempt to throw, as that'll go down as a 6-4 putouts and one away, and they'll just switch spots. Wang Sung Bin will take his spot over at first base with one out now. And that'll bring up Go Sung Min. Go Sung Min walked in his first at bats. 0 for 0 on the day. Right, to Go Sung Min. Looks, it's a ball one, just missed up and outside, and it's 1-0. 214 on the season from Go Sung Min. Again, he was on the opening day roster, took some time down in the second league to think about what he was doing, and he is back up and ready. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. That is going to be a chopper, and that is going to get through on the right side. Wang Sung Bin is going to head on over to third base, and they've got runners at the corner with just one out. As that'll bring up the ever dangerous Reyes. Having to hold him there at first base made a big hole over there on the left side, and he put it right through. Where's the third base coach is the question. Why is the third base coach not telling him not to slide? There was no throw even attempted. Why is the third base coach not telling him, don't slide, just you're in standing up? All right, Reyes steps in. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a silly swing strikeout. Nail steps off the back, and Reyes hitting a 310 on the season. Again, Nail first and third. Reyes is a guy that makes a lot of contact, can be doubled up. As that is another ugly looking swing. That I don't know what is his deal today, but his the swing on his strikeout was about the same as that. As these swings have not looked good. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a chopper. Second baseman grabs it, tosses to shorts, throws to first, but not in time. And Lotte is going to have a run, the first run of the season. That's Nail has given up. Just a slow grounder, isn't able to turn it as they tossed quickly, got rid of the ball, but too slow developing from the shortstop. And, well, they've got themselves a run, ladies and gentlemen. Go have a talk with them. Say, hey, do you remember what it's like to give up a run? Are you okay? Reyes on first base now. 2 away, though. All right, Jun Janu steps in. He is a guy that can make it 3-3 with one swing. That just catches the inside, and it's 0-1. Jun Janu is not happy with that, but what do you do? And the 0-1, that's outside. 1-1 now. 45 pitches for Nail so far. That's 12 in this inning. Again, 24 in that first inning, mainly led by that first at bat from Wang Sung Bin. Then 9 in last inning, and then he's got 12. Here comes pitch number 13 of this inning, and that is going to be lifted into right field. Nasung Bomb coming in, the sliding catch. He's not able to make it, and Reyes will move first to third. And once again, they've got runners at the corner, as that is second time this inning that a little bloop into right field has fallen. As Nasung Bomb, not the best defender, has a really good arm, but you know when he's 35 years old, he just doesn't quite move as well as he used to. And so that's two balls that would probably be caught by a regular left fielder or right fielder. It hit off the heel of his glove, so he definitely should have had that catch. We'll see if it ends up hurting Kia. So Junjanu over on first base, Reyes over on third base. 2 outs now, and that's going to bring up Kim Min Sung. Kim Min Sung 0 for 1 on the day. Yeah, he lined out to the shortstop with a runner on first and second in the first inning. And here comes the first pitch. Runs inside, 1-0. All right, here comes the 1-0. Sets up on the outside, runs it back, but it's high, and it's 2-0. Nail really struggling with his command in this game so far. Again, he keeps going to his hand, and it really looks like he's not able to get a good grip on the ball. 16 balls now, sorry, 17 of his 46 pitches, 17 of them have been for balls. That is definitely in there for a strike though, and that's 2-1 now. 147 on the old gunner. All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch. That is crushed. Warning track and a little hop into the wall as that's he gave it a ride. He lined out in his first inning and he gives it a ride all the way to the warning track in his second at bats. And Lotte gets one on a few hits and we'll go to the fourth inning. It's 3-1. Not able to get it done. Lotte leaves another 2 runners on. That's 4 now that they've left on base. There we go. I think I've got my stats all caught up. 17 pitches that inning gives him 50 on the day through 3. Naguan sitting at 48. Well, we haven't gotten to the bullpens yet, though, Kenny. And get those bullpens in, throwing 8 straight balls to really lengthen this game. Yeah, averaging like 4 hours in their last, or 4.5 hours in the last 2 games. None of them have been overtime or extra inning. Naguan only has 49 pitches, not 50. Ball 1 to Biono Yuck as I need to switch our batters here. 4.5 hours with a pitch clock in a 9-inning game. All right, here comes the 2-0 pitch to Byono Yak. And that is lifted into center field. Wang Sung Bin over and under it, and one away. That's going to bring up a Chaewon Jun. Oh, man. So, like, I streamed the Hanwha Doosan game last night. Doosan walks it off with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth or bottom of the 11th inning, and they still finished before Kia and Lotte last night. As the first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Chaewon Jun a single in his first at bat, and then came around to score on the weird double by Kim Tae-gun, and he looks at strike 2 there, and it's 0-2 now. Thank you, whoever did that. Chaewon. Yeah, dirt, and it's and just misses outside. 2-2. And he calls time, and sorry guys, I'm trying to get something situated here. And fouls that one out of play, and it stays 2-2. No, there we go. Just two strikeouts. Sorry. And that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it, and just like that, 2 away. That's going to bring up Kim Tae-gun. Kim Tae-gun with a double in his first at bats. Double, 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 double. 227 now on the day for the season for the backstop. He makes sure the bottom of the end of the barrel is nice and perfect, and doesn't swing because that's way up high, and it's 1-0. 120 on that curveball. That is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. 1-1 now. I really hope we don't have a 4-hour game. Yesterday's game was brutal enough, as that is ripped into left field, and he'll have himself another single. Second time he's been on base today. A single and a double, and they've got a runner on board with 1 out for Kim Gyu-sung, the second baseman. Almost said shortstop. He was played short in the Hanwha series since Park Chan-ho wasn't back yet. 60 pitches now for Nagyuan. Nagyuan, last game against Hanwha, he did throw 98 pitches. The game before that, he threw 86. So, strikeout pace is definitely way behind. He had 6 strikeouts in the first 2 games that he pitched. This being his third, that is fouled away, and it's 0-1. No, he can throw 80, 90 pitches. I have to assume that he's going to try to get through 5 innings. I do remember in the Hanwha game, they brought him back out in the 6th inning, and he just came out to throw to the righty, and that was it. And then he came out of the game. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. This is upstairs. 1-1. 62 pitches on the day for Nagyuan. Kim Gyu-sung 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out to the first baseman back in the 2nd inning. And 1-1 pitch. Misses outside at 2-1. They were so bad last year. And Naguan is not a fast pitcher either. The guy on the mound today, as that is ripped into the netting by the bullpen. The air on the ball boy, and we'll have a 2-2 count. Doosan Bobcat. I think Hanwha should buy advertising behind home plate for every single place. So it's Samsung. They should just buy advertising all the time because that is fouled away, and we'll have another 2-2 count here. By buying advertising in opposing stadiums. Wonder if they could. They probably wouldn't be allowed to. Ooh, the Go Rays Simul? Amuk. That is fouled away. Trying to read the advertisement behind home plates. All right, here comes pitch number 67, guys. This is going to be a strikeouts. Well, yeah, it's better. They lowered it though. Goreso Amuk. What's up, sir? And it fouls that away, or not fouls it away, throws it over to first. I'm just waiting for pitch number 67. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. The best pitch of the game is pitch number 67. And like I said, a swing and a miss. Put it on the board, ladies and gentlemen. I called that one. Pitch number 67 is a strikeout. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-1. What did I say? What did I say? Yeah, they lowered it this off season. Naguan now sitting at 67 pitches, 19 in that inning. So, right around the same pace as James. He's at 50 through 3. I thought they lowered it like 2 meters. So I think it's like 4 meters now or something like that. I know Hanwha's right field fence is like 8 meters high. I need to check something here. Okay, there we go. I had to check something on my screen. I'll just leave it up here for now. So, coming up is Na Sung Yup, the number 6 hitter. He started the inning off with a single in his only at bat and back in the second inning, but was immediately erased on the 6-4-3 double play by Jung Hoon. AL 50 pitches through 3 innings, looking for a real quick 1-2-3 inning to get that pitch count back down into manageable territory. As far as on the season, he really hasn't. His first inning or first. That's a weird sign. Asking him if he get a hit in an interview as that is fouled and it's 0-1. So he threw 66 pitches in his first game, but only 5 innings, and they took him out. He ended up losing that or not getting the decision because the bullpen blew the lead. Then on the Hanwha game, he was up in the 6th inning threw 101 pitches, but the bullpen blew the lead. And then his last game, 7 innings, threw 87 pitches. The bullpen was able to hold on to that lead. So here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. 0.43 ERA for James Nail to start this season. And he was the ERA leader last year, and that is bounced in the dirt. And That's 1-2 now. Kim Tae-hyun points way in front of the plates where the ball just hit. Gives him a little smile and a laugh. Nail does not seem impressed by the comedy of Kim Tae-gun. And the 1-2 pitch lifts it, but the left fielder coming in and will make the grab, and that'll be one away here in the bottom of the fourth. Jung Hoon will step in now. Jung Hoon again, a 6-4-3 double play in his only at bat of the day. Usually not a good thing when your DH is hitting way down in the bottom of the lineup. 7 spots here for Lotte's DH. And that's in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. And 0 for 1 on the day, 256 on the season. Oh man, it's yeah. He hasn't fallen down swinging yet today. We'll see if that happens in this inning. Not on that pitch, is that is bounced into the other batter's box, and it's 1-1. Spiked it. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be right back at Nail as he catches it, tosses underhand to Wisdom, and that will be a 1-3 putout. As he makes the play, as it was right back at him. He kind of jumps back a little bit and catches it right in the mitts. Again, you have to think about what's going through his head after last year's comebacker. Like, those are the things that like I don't think you can ever really understand until it happens to you. As that is ball one on the outside. And I don't know if he would be able to even express like the feelings and thoughts on it either. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Jung Bo-gun, and that's going to be a ground ball. The shortstop picks it up, throws across the diamond, and 1-2-3 go the Lotte Giants. That was a quick 9-pitch inning. That is exactly what Nail needed to get his pitch count back into perspective, and we'll go to the 5th inning. It's 3-1. You'll have the top of the order coming up. Anytime the Yankees lose, we all win. I think that's a regular rule for every baseball fan that is not a Yankees fan. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. And they're already making fun of Jun Janu over on the old Instagram, the Gramagram. So elsewhere around the league, Hanwha losing 1-3 to Doosan, and then Hume's up 3-0 against LG. KT's up 2-1 against NC, and Samsung is up 1-0 against SSG. Hume knock off. Can Hume knock off LG? All right, Pak Chan Ho steps in and looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. So rough start here. It's Pak Chan Ho is a diving stop by Na Sung Yup, and then a line shot caught by Na Sung Yup is 0 for 2 on the day, and he looks at strike two, and he's now got an 0-2 count. Oh, gee, Pak Han. Oh, yeah, Chan Ho. Yeah, 0-2 in the dirt, and it's 1-2 now. Wonder what the date on this helmet is for. 2023 something. Get another look at that. I'll write her down and I'll get some information. Thought it was June 23. That is in the dirt. 2-2 now. Come on, give me another look at the old helmet. I don't want to have to go to TVing and look at replays. Got better things to do with my time. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Sets up right in the middle of the zone, and that's going to be foul. Third baseman grabs it, throws across the diamond, and that'll be one away. He didn't ground out to the first baseman, so there's always that, right? Right on the line. He's putting it right where you want him to put it, right on the corners of the lines. Line shots, hard hit balls, right on the line, but not getting anything out of it, and that'll bring up Wisdom. Wisdom walked and scored a run in his last at bat, a ground out to the catcher in his first at bats, and looks at strike one, 0-1. 244 and now on the season for the Kia foreign bat as that misses upstairs, and it's 1-1 now. Naguan at 74 pitches here. Something to keep in the back of your head is the pitch count, as that is going to be grounded and foul. And we'll have a 1-2 count. Right, the 1-2 pitch misses outside at 2-2. 147 on the gun there. Basically going to forkball low, fastball high, forkball low, fastball high. We'll see if he goes, throwing down the 4. And this is low. Runs the count full. He has had 3 full counts on the day. They have all been from Wisdom. They have all been from Wisdom, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. Reset as the catcher calls time. As Ebom Ho is the pitch clock, and again, the umpires have no control of the game at all in this league. They don't know the rules. The pitch clock was running down, and instead of they stepped off. Woohoo! Is the complaints here. He should be on first base, is what he said. He's like, that is a pitch clock violation. That should be ball 4. He should be on first base. That is Ebom Ho's complaints here. He's saying he called time because the pitch clock was low, and it shouldn't have been. He shouldn't have been granted that time. As The other umpire comes hanging out is the crew chief and the home plate umpire. In the umpires for the KBO, the reason why they have the ABS system is because the umpires are awful. There's no way to sugarcoat it. They're awful. They tried changing the strike zone, making it super wide. It was almost at one point. It was almost. Uh, it was literally the the batter's box lines from one line to the other line was a strike. The umpires would close their eyes when they were calling pitches. When the pitch came in, they would close their eyes and just look where the catcher's glove was. Uh, or there'd be a pitch right down the middle, and they would not be called a strike. Very famous donut hole strike zone where you throw it in the middle of the strike zone and it's not a strike, but you throw it way out on the outsides and it is. Again, you had the big controversy last year with the uh, lying about the calls, and they were fired and then suspended and all of that stuff. As we'll see what's going on here, as they're going to have a little powwow from the umpires. We got our slow little moving here. 'He said, "Oh, I can't hear it, but they're not using the pitch comp." 4 seconds on the pitch clock, and they should have not won. 4 seconds left on the pitch clock. They shouldn't have been able to reset the pitch clock, is what he's trying to say. And he put his glove to his head, like, "Oh, I can't hear," but they're going with nobody on base. They're not using the pitch comp. 'I'm not either. I'm actually, because so like this year I have the broadcast on, and then this year I have what you guys hear, and I'm kind of listening to them, and I'm kind of looking at what he's trying to say, and I'm guessing. So there was 4 seconds left on the pitch clock, and they granted him time when he wasn't ready, and it's a 3-2 count, so that would have been a pitch clock violation, meaning Wisdom would have walked, so he would be on base instead of a 3-2 count here. Uh, and then Naguan put his glove up to his ear like he couldn't hear, but they're not using pitch com with no runners on. They're using hand signals, so you can't use the excuse that I couldn't hear because they're using hand signals. They're not using pitch com. But here we go. Now we've got a 3-2 count, still a 3-2 count, and that runs inside and it'll walk them. Again, you just had a long, long, long break for the pitcher. So obviously that is going to be issues. So Wisdom on base, Nasong Baum will step up, and the Lotte pitching coach will make his way out on the mound. Won't be a pitching change because he didn't grab a baseball. All right, Nasung Bomb, 261 on the season, two for two on the day. That is a swing and a miss at a pitch way up in the zone, and it's 0-1. 79 pitches now for Nog Yuan. Have to think he's not going to come back out for the sixth inning if he gets out of this inning. Nog Yuan, and the 0-1 pitch fouls that one away, and it's 0-2. Only one out. Wisdom over on first base. Sorry, there's one runner on first base for that score bug. 80 pitches now. Wisdom at first. Not known for his base stealing prowess, we'll say. And here comes the 2-2. Sets way up in the zone. He misses, and that's going to be a liner caught by the shortstop. And that will be 2 away. Just times his jump perfectly. Makes the grab. Wisdom saw it happening and heads back to first. Not able to double him up. Yeah, I saw that. Thanks to big air. They've scored 4 runs, but only 1 is earned or something like that. And here comes Che Hyung-woo, as that is ball 1 way upstairs. 1-0. Che Hyung-woo, 2 strikeouts on the day. 0 for 2. Average down to 292 now. Got 6 buttons unbuttoned. Man, the 1-0. Swing and a miss at a pitch right at the plate. Man, it's 1-1 now. He is not seeing the ball well. All right, the 1-1 pitch. This is inside, almost hits his foot, and that's 2-1 now. Struggling with command a little bit. He's been out there 17 pitches so far in this inning, but not just 17 pitches. He also probably threw 10, 15 pitches while Ibom Hall was complaining about the poor umpiring. I don't think so. As here comes the 2-1, and that is fouled away. I'm sure they do for like some auction stuff, but as far as like, yeah, they're not. Yeah, I mean, uniforms are so cheap that's. Yeah, I knew what you were wanting. I don't even think they own those. I don't think they're theirs. And the 2-2 pitch, and that's going to be a single right back up the middle. Wisdom's going to round second. Is he going to go to third? He is going to go to third, and he is going to be standing up. And that is a 2-out single to move runners over to the corners. And they will attempt to get a couple more runs here before the break. All right, runners on to first and third now. Yu Sung stepping in. Nog Yuan now thrown 19 pitches in this inning, plus all of those other little pitches, waiting for the umpires to decide what they were going to say. 239 on the season for Yu Sung. 안녕하세요. 김하성. 김하성 Ise. That is outside ball 1. Second generational or 2-year-old Kim Ha-sung. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch. Shaking the bats back and forth, and that is going to be lined into center field, and that will be 3 away. They strand another 2. 아니요, 대전에 있어요. 한국에 있어요. The line out to center field, and 2 more stranded. as they are not able to add to their lead. Hello, Desmond. Hello, hello. Kima-san. Korea, 한국에 살아요? All right, Nail will come back out after cleaning up his pitch count a little bit. 88 pitches for Nagyuan, 21 in that inning. Might be it for him for the day, I think. Lotte will have the number 9 hitter leading off the inning. 3. 1 in the first, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. I'm assuming what you mean is Nagyuan, not Gyun. Alright, so we should be just about back. I need to clear out some stuff. 미국에서 미즈리주. All right, Junmin J will step in. Get rid of Biano Yok there as Junmin J looks at strike one on the outside, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1, and that's going to be a chopper, a second baseman over to his right, grabs it, throws, and that will be 1 away on the 4-3 groundouts. And they'll flip the lineup back up to the top. Wang Sung Min will step in. 어디에 살아요? Where do you live in Korea? Wang Sung-bin 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout and a 6-4 ground out, was able to come around and score the one Lotte run, as that is a strike on the outside, and it's 0-1 now. 235 on the season for today's center fielder. Again, normally a left fielder, but Yoon Dong-hee also out of the lineup as he's off the first team because of poor performance. Supaka Wang Sung-bin. Sajik-dong. And the 1-1 is fouled away, and it's 1-2. 네. 근데 왜 야구장에 없어요? 오늘 대구 홈 경기 있어요. All right, the 1-2 pitch from Nail. Wang Sung-bin moving the bat around, and that is going to be a flailing strikeout. Strikeouts number 3 on the day for Nail. We will have 2 away here in the 5th inning. Second strikeout of the day for Wang Sung-bin, a third of the day total for Nail. Again, he had 2 in the first inning, and then he doesn't have another one here until the 5th. He is not racking up the strikeouts, but he'll take it with a win, as that is a ball 1 way inside. Here comes pitch number 66 or pitch number 67, which means, you guessed it, it's going to be a strike. And the 1-0. Like I said, a strike at the bottom of the zone. I don't know why they don't listen to me. You always swing at pitch number 66 or 67. Always a strike. It is in the rules. And the 1-1 pitch, that is low, 2-1. And just catches the outside corner. 2-2 now with 2 outs, down by 2. The second baseman, the number 2 hitter, is up. And that is going to be a single into left field as the center fielder over cuts it off. He will hang out at first base, and he is on base for the third time today. Nail just can't get out of some of these innings. He doesn't have his strikeout stuff today. That'll bring up Reyes. Reyes, a 4-6 ground out, but did have an RBI. Looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone. It's 0-1. So 305 now on the season. A strikeout in his first at bats. The RBI ground out in his second at bats. And here comes the 0-1 is ripped foul, but it's 0-2 now. And we'll see what he does here. Well, that was a very short-lived Hanwha lead as they promptly gave the lead back up. All right, here we go. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the outside of the corner, and that's will end the fifth. Leaves another one on. That's the fifth one that Lotte has left on. We will take a little break in, yeah. Get yourself something to drink, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back. right, we should be back. Nog Yuan is still out there on the mound. Yeah, I saw that it was 4-4 with a runners on first and seconds. I don't think so. What was your message? And that is upstairs 1-0. Biono Yuck out on the. I'm gonna flip this over. I gotta get my guys back. 0 for 2 on the day. 2 flyouts to center field. That is going to be a ground ball. Short second baseman grabs it. Quick toss, and that will be 1 away. Oh, Nick was saying something about it either. You're talking about the picked off at first base or picked off on the bases on a foul ball. I assume that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I heard about it. All right, Chewan June steps in. 1 for 2 on the day, singled and scored a run back in the second inning, a 4-3 ground out in his second at bat, and looks at strike one on the outside, and it's 0-1. 222 on the season for the center fielder. And that misses, and it's 1-1. The offense has been down pretty bad in this season compared to last season. It's also been a little colder this year than it was last year. And the 1-1 misses, then it's 2-1. Nog Yuan staying out there for the left-handed batter. Very surprising, honestly. They do have a righty on deck, though, as that misses inside, and it's 3-1 now. Do not want him on the bases. Is 94 pitches now for Nog Yuan. Chewan June can steal a base here and there. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. Misses low, ball 4, and they'll have a dangerous runner on the base pass with just 1 out. Tim Taegun steps in. This should be his last batter, I have to imagine. 95 pitches, a right-hander is now up. But because the next batter is a lefty, and then he'll have a lefty with Pak Chon Ho also. Hoping to get a double ground into a double play here from the not so quick running catcher. And first pitch is fouled straight back, 0-1. 261 on the season, 2 for 2 today. A very, very strange RBI double in his first at bat, a single in his last at bat, but was stranded on the bases. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And he goes. That's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman is going to have to go over across the diamond to first. And that'll move the runner over as he was off on the pitch. But, oops, wrong side. That is 2 away now. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter. He stays out there. Left fielder. It's been 353 days since Nog Yuan had a quality start. Kia would love to make that streak a little bit longer. As here comes the first pitch upstairs, ball 1. 1-0 now to the second baseman. 237 on the season, 0 for 2 today with a ground out to the first baseman, and a strikeout. And the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss at a pitch near his shoes, and it's 1-1. All right, the 1-1, and that is outside. Ball two, 2-1. 100 pitches now, as everybody sees. It just went to 100, which means it went to red. And then they have to show that he threw 100 pitches because this is a big deal in the KBO. 150 and 100 pitches are the two milestones for pitchers in the KBO. And pitch number 101 is in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. I cannot change the color of my numbers. Sorry, guys. Oh, I can. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I can do it too. Woohoo! All right, the 2-2 pitch. And he lifts it up. That's going to be into the glove of the left fielder, and that's will be 3 away. All right, let's put that back. All right, we'll take a little break here as we will go to the bottom of the sixth. It is 3-1. Yeah. Man, hey, I've added, yeah, I would like to say that I have added some even more production to this very one-man crew. I really wish you guys could have watched the all of like the documentary that they had on me, where you guys could have actually seen all of the stuff that I do for this broadcast. And I always want to add more stuff too, because like if you notice this year, I'm not playing music because I don't have enough buttons. No, so it was on TV, and every episode of this program that they've done has aired, and they've also had a highlight video on YouTube. But this one, only mine. I am the only one that they did not have a uh highlight video on YouTube. I'm a little upset about it. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little upset about it. All right, so we're back. Bottom of the sixth here, and Kim Gyu Sung is not on the mound. So Jun Janu will lead things off for Lotte. Nail was 73 pitches through his first 5 innings. Jun Janu will step in. He's been on base both times. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Walked in his first at bat and then singled in his second at bats. And the first pitch here is a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Yeah, I added the batter who's up. I added the pitch counts this year, as that is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it is 0-2. And added who's on each base. Added some strikeouts for both teams this year. That misses outside, and it's 1-2. tried to get him with the old sweeper on the outside, but he wasn't chasing today. And nailed just 4 strikeouts today. I feel like he has pitched better than that, but he's struggled with command and hasn't been able to put guys out as that one is fouled away, and it's 1-2 still. Hunter. I think I need to get back to Lotte's Stadium to Sajik to update my picture. Still got the old 2018 colors, as that is fouled. And I think it might have hit him actually. No, just off the handle. That probably stung a bit. So, Junjanu steps back in. And once again, another 1-2 pitch here. Leading off, he's already seen 5 pitches. Here comes pitch number 6. Did he go around? He did, and that'll be strikeout number 5. Junjanu is not happy with that. From my perspective, I didn't think he went. We're going to see. Nope, they're not. I didn't even see the replay. I was hitting buttons. All right, it's 1 away now. Anybody else see the replay? I didn't get to see the replay. I was hitting buttons as that was a strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. Did he actually go around? From just watching the game straight up, it did not look like he went, but right to the 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, picks it up, throws over, and 2 away. That'll bring up the number 6 hitter, Nasung Yup. Nasung Yup, 1 for 2 on the day. Joe Sangu warming up in the Kia bullpen. Hanwha takes another lead. And that misses low, 1-0. 82 pitches now for Nail. And the 1-0 pitch lifted in left field, and that will be 1-2-3 as Nail, only 83 pitches here through 6 innings, has given up 1 run. We'll go to the 7th. It's 3-1 Kia. I have to think he's coming back out again. Again, he just keeps plugging along. 10 pitches that inning. After that first inning, really something I think Kia fans and Kia dugout had to worry about was that pitch count. 24 pitches through the first inning, but he's had 3 innings now with 10 or less pitches to put him at 83 pitches through 6 innings. Are they going to let him go back out for the 7th? He did pitch 7 innings the last game with 87 pitches, so we'll see. If this was a Tuesday game, I think you take him out because he'd have to pitch again on Sunday, just the 5 days rest. But because it is a Wednesday where he's not going to pitch again for another 6 days, so he's not going to pitch again until Tuesday. I think you can send him back out there again with the Kia bullpen not being the best on the season. I think you want to get as much as you can from your starter. Kia will have the top of the lineup coming up for them. Pak Chang Ho, Wisdom, and Nasung Bomb will lead things off in the 7th inning for Kia as they try to add to their 2-run lead. Obviously, we should have a new pitcher here. All right, Pak Shi Young out on the mound now. I'll get that changed for everybody. Gotta change my colors back to black. Yeah, 101 pitches. He was done. Pak Shi Young is in now. Not that you probably have any idea what that means. And the first pitch is a beautiful curveball in there for a strike. All right, it's Pak Shi Young, the 0-1 pitch to Pak Chan Ho, and that is outs or low, 1-1. Yeah. Final line for Nag Yuan. 6 innings, 102 pitches, 65 for strikes, 6 hits, 1 homer given up, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 3 runs, all of them earned. And the 1-1 is that going to be lifted into right field. Reyes going back and makes the catch. And that will be 1 away. Wisdom will step in. He is 0 for 1 on the day, 2 walks in his last 2 at bats, and looks at strike 1 there on the outside, and it's 0-1. Grounded out 2 inches in front of the plate in his first at bats to the catcher who just picked it up and tagged him. And then 2 walks in his last 2 at bats, 0 for 1. As here comes the 0-1 pitch back to the backstop, and that will be a ball just a bit outside. Yeah, he actually has not pitched bad this year. He's given up 2 runs in his first outing, 2 runs in his second outing, and then 3 runs today. But today was his longest outing, so as that is a beautiful curveball, drops in the top of the zone, and it's 1-2. Yeah, I mean, a Lotte fan has got to be happy with 3 innings or 3 runs in 6 innings from Nag Yuan. You know, your number 5 pitcher. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that's going to be strikeout number 1 for Pak Shi Young, and 2 away now. It's going to bring up a Nasung bomb. Nasung bomb lined out his last at bat to the shortstop with a runner on base, and the first pitch is fouled away, and it's 0-1. Also singled in his first at bat off the second base, literally off second base is the reason why he had a single, and then a 2-run homer in his second at bat. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Hit the ball hard all 3 times. Here we go. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Sets up low right at the knees on the inside and misses the inside. All 1-1. And the 1-1 is low, and it's 2-1. And the 2-1, a swing and a miss, 2-2 now. All right, the 2-2 pitch. Nasung Bomb. And that's going to be a chopped foul. Let's check the ball boy's skill. Oh, come on. Let's see the ball boy's skill. And the 2-2 low, and that's going to run the count full. First full count of the day for anybody on Kia that is not named Patrick Wisdom. Oh, is it? And the 3-2 low, ball four. Nasung Bomb on base for the third time today. We'll see if he stays in there. They may pinch run with him here. And we'll have a pitching change. We are not going to pick up the pace at all, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to slow it down to arthritic. The Pak Shi Young will be done. We'll take a pitching change with them. I assume they're going to bring in a lefty to face Shea Hyung-woo, as this is where everything crawls to an arthritically slow pace with Lotte, as they have to make a pitching change every single batter. Pak Shi Young, 0.2 innings. He did get 2 outs, but with the walk, they'll go to a lefty. And Jung Hyun Soo come in. Jung Hyun Soo. Oops. There we go. And Jung Soo. Sweet vocals by me, if I do say so myself. I sound like I am ready for a Billboard Hot 100 hit. Elsewhere around the league, Hanwha's up 5-4, but they've got a runner on third base threatening with more at the top of the seventh. Kiwoom's up 4-0 in the eighth inning, the bottom of the eighth, with a runner on seconds and 2 outs, trying to add some more. The slowest game, though, will be the KT and NC game. It's 2-1 NC or 2-1 KT in the bottom of the sixth, as they're just now starting the bottom of the sixth. And then the Samsung and SSG game is tied 1-1. Jung Hyun Soo, 4.76 ERA on the season, 10 games, 1 hold, 5 2/3 innings, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, a 158 batting average against, and a 1.08 whip. Basically comes in to face some lefties, and the first pitch is fouled away, and it's 0-1. Against lefties, lefties are hitting 0 against them. Against righties, they're hitting 500. So, yeah, he is going to face Choi Hyung-woo, and then after that, he is going to what we like to call take a shower, because Yu Sung is on deck. That is a check swing foul. Choi Hyung-woo struck out in his first 2 at-bats, singled in his last at-bats. He's 1 for 3 on the day, and he's quickly down 0-2, though. And that misses way outside because, again, left-handed batter, left-handed pitcher got to throw the ball in the other batter's box. The amount of times that this happens is unbelievable. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sets up way down low and misses way inside, and it's 2-2 now. Maybe that's what Lotte's hoping for is to tie the game in the bottom of the seventh and then have the rain come. All right, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he goes down on strikes for the third time today. We'll go to the bottom of the seventh. It's 3-1. Almost said Lotte. Third time striking out today. Gonna bring up Lotte will have the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the lineup. I imagine Nail will still be out there. I have to think that he'll still be out there. But I've seen crazier things in my life. 83 pitches through 6 innings. He's given up 1 hit or one run the whole season. Waiting to see if they announce a pitching change. So he's given up 5 hits. He has walked a few, though. Walked 2 in the first inning. Then a hit in the second. So 2 hits in the third. Sorry, 3 hits in the third. A hit in the sixth. And that's it. Really, just that third inning where they had the leadoff single with the just slowly moved him over is all James Nail has really had that's has kind of threatened him at all today. Yeah, you gotta speak. You gotta make sure you don't use them all up. Is Hanwha gonna win, Nick? All right. 83 pitches through 6 innings. Bottom of the seventh here. Jung Hoon leads off a 6-4-3 double play and a 1-3 ground out and looks at ball 1 inside. And it's 1-0. You guys got two runs off of a starter. Congratulations. As that is foul away, and it's 1-1. Three runs on the air. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch. Why do I have his pitch count different? And he pops that one up. Left fielder coming in and still running in. Makes the catch, and that's 1 away. And that's going to bring up Jungbo Gun, the backstop. See if he has a pinch hitter here. Nope. Oh, Jungbo Gun, 1-3 ground out and a 6-3 ground out. And that misses upstairs 1-0. 147 on the gun. Pitch number 87 there for Nail. 259 on the season for the backstop as you can start to see some rain coming down on the camera as that just nips the top of the zone and it's 1-1. Nothing, you can't see anything landing on any of the helmets, but you can see it in the shots from the dugout onto the batter as that is a beautiful pitch in there for a strike and it's 1-1 now. 89 pitches. Again, this should be his last inning, I have to think. Finally, he's getting that sweeper working a little bit as he just blows it past him. Strikeout number 6 on the day for Nail as that's 2 away now. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Junmin Jae. 2-seamer running in. All right. Again, that brings up Junmin Jae, who grounds ball to the shortstop. He's going to grab it, throw quickly, but not in time, and that's going to go to the stop or go to the wall, but he'll have himself a infield single on the 2 outs here. That'll flip the lineup back over once again as Wong Sung Bin is stepping in. Pak Chan Ho had to hurry to get rid of that ball as Jun Min Jae has a little bit too much speed. Even if he would have made a good throw, he still would have been safe. Oh, infield single as they'll take a little mound visit to Nail. Let's see how he's doing. And no, he's looking to try to get out of this inning, basically, as Wong Sung Ben steps in and not really a threat to hit a home run. The rain is starting to pick up a little bit on the camera. Nail trying to get out of this inning just in case the rain starts to come down any harder. Right, Wong Sung Bin 0 for 3 on the day, 2 strikeouts, a 6-4 ground out, and then that's going to be a ball right back to the shortstop who just steps on the bag. And just like that, we'll go to the 8th inning. It's 3-1 Kia as Nail should be done for the day. They get a 1-out single, but nothing brewing from there as they've left 6 on base today. So again, that should be the final line on Nail. That makes 4 innings that he threw 10 or less pitches. Threw 9 pitches in 3 innings and 10 in 1 to kind of put him back in pace after that 24 pitch first inning. Looks like elsewhere around the league, still about the same score. LG's threatening. They've got runners on first and seconds in the top of the 9th. Hume still has their starter out there. He's thrown 108 pitches, but he's thrown a shutout so far. He's given up 4 hits, 108 pitches through 8+ innings. Hanwha's threatening some more. They've got the bases loaded in the top of the 7th with 2 outs. They're up 5-4. A big hit here from Kim Tae-hyun would pretty much end that game as both teams have really ran through their pitching staff in yesterday's extra inning game. Top of this 8th here. The rain looks like it stopped if I'm looking at the anything. Is Kim Kang-hyun out on the mound now. 3.86 ERA, 7 games, 4 2/3 innings, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, a 300 batting average against, and a 2.14 whip. Kim Kang-hyun. And the first pitch is in there for a strike to Yu Sung. I have to think he's done. He's at 92 pitches. 92. I always forget the last one there is that's 0-2 now. And that is outside 1-2. Yeah, I think he is because it's starting to rain a little bit. Kenny, yeah, yeah. And Kenny, if you see in the chat, Kenny lives in Busan. So he said the rain is starting to come as that is going to be a fly out to center field and 1 away. That's going to bring up Byonu Yuk, 2 flyouts to center and a 4-3 ground out. Yeah, I mean, you've got to trust your bullpen, right? You know, you're up by 2. You got You got to get 2 innings out of your bullpen. You're gonna have Joe Song-woo, and then I can't even remember their closer now, Jang Jae-hyun or something like that. But that is strike one to Byung Yuk. And that's a little high there on 1-1. So they should have Joe Song-woo coming in, and then Jung Hae-young coming in to close it if possible. And the 1-1 pitch way outside. It's 2-1. Guy looks like Kim Gi Jung, the right-handed version. And that is in the dirts. And 3-1. Joe Song-woo is the guy that they picked up in the trade from Kium. Big guy, number 30. Sorry, number 11. And then the closer's number 62 is a swing and a miss there. Runs the count full. And yeah, I don't know. That's the opposite for me. Is I don't know anybody's numbers except for I know Hanwha's numbers. Obviously, that's it. As the 3-2 is going to be lifted into right field. Reyes running over, makes the catch, loses his hat, though. That will be 2 away here in the 8th inning. Ooh, tomorrow, the high school series. Gotta love the fact that that one is ripped foul. Didn't even show it. They were too busy advertising for tomorrow's broadcast. Gotta love that they really do love baseball in this country. I mean, high school baseball is on TV all the time. Like it is, they have some big high schools for baseball high schools, and they have them on TV, regular broadcasts. That's a swing and a miss there. Then Hanwha hosts, or at least the last 2 years, has hosted the uh, high school versus college all-star game. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that is lifted into left field. Junjanu over under it. And that will be 3 away. We will go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 3-1 Kia. No, I don't know if there's high school cheerleaders. I don't think so. I went 2 years ago. So it's actually kind of sweet. So it's free to get in. You just you go in. It's free to get in. They start with I guess maybe Friday they had a home run derby. Or no, I think they started with a home run derby. And then in like the 5th inning stretch, because normally in the KBO after the 5th inning, you have your little break. But what they do is during that 5th inning stretch, they have the finals of the home run derby. I think that's what it was like. That's actually the way the All-Star game used to be in Korea. Is the All-Star game, the stretch was the final 2 guys for the home run derby, and they'd also have other things like usually like a called a perfect hitter is what it was called, and they'd have like targets in the infield, and you would have to hit the targets, as a batter. Before the All-Star game, they had the amazing perfect bunter or something like that. I don't know what it was called. But Guokdo-gyu out on the mound, so Neo will be done for the day. 10.80 ERA for him. 2 holds on the season. Has not really pitched well at all out of the bullpen for him. Yeah, last year had an outstanding year, but this year has really, really struggled with control. And we'll see what he does here. The big sweeping sidearm lefty. And also have a switch on defense. I'll get that as soon as I find out who it is. So left field is now not Yu Sung. Is that pitch is in there for a strike to Go Sung Min. Park Jung Woo is in left field now, as that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. And here we go. The 0-2 pitch. Way outside. Ball one, 1-2. Dun, 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 dun. And the 1-2 pitch. And just gets a piece of that, fouls it away, and it stays 1-2. Yeah. Are there any channels that play high school or play college sports? I thought there used to be like a ESPN channel that played college sports. All right, so the 1-2 pitch misses way upstairs, and it's 2-2. Go Sung Min out on in the deck as he's 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles, a walk, and here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a chopper. Shortstop grabs it, throws across the diamond, and one away. First time he has been outs all day. I'm losing my words here late at night. All right, Reyes steps in. He'll flip over and bat from the right side. In the one of the few switch hitters in the league. And first pitch is in there for a strike. Nice little slow changeup. Maybe a changeup. He throws his delivery is so far from the side, it's tough to pick up what the ball is. I can't see it out of his hand. Uh-oh. And that misses way outside. 1-1. I can see it in his glove when they show him from the back. Here comes the same, the two seam. And as ripped right at Wisdom over at first. Absolutely on a line. And that is 2 away. And that'll be it for him as they'll bring in a righty to face the Jun Janu. And we'll have a pitching change. We'll take it with them, ladies and gentlemen. Pitching changes, pitching changes. We got some pitching change. I didn't even spell his name right. I'm sorry. I put Goktogyu. I hope that's nothing bad. All right, who's coming in? Is it, I assume, Jo Song-woo. Yep, Jo Song-woo will come in. Oh, again, Jo Song-woo was a big guy for Kiyoom, but Kiyoom, again, needs money. They have no money. The fact that they're still in the league is actually kind of surprising to me. they traded away. They basically live on their MLB money. So Kium has sent Park Byung Ho to majors. They've sent Lee Jung Hoo. They've sent Kang Kyung Ho. They've sent so first one was Kang Kyung Ho, then Park Byung Ho, then Kim Ha Sung, and then Lee Jung Hoo, and then Kim Hae Sung. So they've sent five since I've been in Korea. They've sent five guys to the majors. And, Jo Song-woo steps on the mound, 270 ERA, 1 win, 1 loss, 3 holds, 8 games, 6 and 2/3 innings, 9 strikeouts, 3 walks, 231 batting average against, and a 1.35 whip. So he is going to come in and he's asked to get 1 out. That's it. Bases are empty. Jun Janu, the captain for Lotte, the left fielder, he is 1 for 2 on the day. He walked in his first at bats. A singled in his second, struck out, and then singled there as they've got the tying run coming up to the plate. As he is on base for the third time today. Kia's bullpen has cleaned itself up a little bit. Okay, Kim Min Song steps in. He has hit the ball hard a lot today. He lined out to the shortstop, and then a line out basically to or a fly out to the warning track in his second at bat to the left field, and then a 4-3 ground out in his last at bat. And the 0-1 pitch is outside, and it's 1-1. So on deck is Na Sung Yup, a left-handed batter, then a righty, and then a lefty. So a good mix here. It's not like you can bring a guy in to get 3 or 4 to face 3 or 4 guys. Is that misses outside, and now you've got a 2-1 count. Right, the 2-1 pitch. Kim Min Sung looking to tie this game, but instead looks at ball or strike 2 down on the bottom of the zone, and it's 2-2 now. And the 2-2 pitch, that's going to be into center field, and they've got another hit, back-to-back hits here in the 8th inning, and they've got runners on first and second now. As the go-ahead run will step into the plate as Na Sung Yup. Kim Min Sung will come out. I'll have a pinch runner is they need somebody who can score from first on a double easily. Oh, runners on first and seconds. Jo Song-woo still out there. 6 pitches. He's given up 2 singles. Welcome, Pops. I'm going to call him Pops because if you're from Missouri, he's got to be Pops, right? All right, here comes Na Sung Yup. Na Sung Yup, he is 1 for 3 on the day. He singled in his first at bat, 2 flyouts to left field in his last 2 at bats. And that is a ball 1 on the outside, and it's 1-0 now. 212 on the season for the first baseman. That is the Team Korea first baseman also. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch. Sets up on the outside. And catches the outside corner, and it's 1-1. All right, the 1-1 pitch sets up right on the outside once again and misses his spot low, and it's 2-1. 9 pitches now from Jo Sang-woo. Again, you had Guak Do-gyu come in. He faced Go Sun-min and Reyes, got 2 outs, and then brought in Jo Sang-woo, who is again, the Kia bullpen has struggled, especially in Nail's starts. And here comes the 2-1 pitch, and that is inside. 3-1 now. He is 1 pitch away from loading the bases and moving the tying run at second. Nail can't watch. He's seen it twice before this year. He's faking some enthusiasm with a little clapping there. You know what's going through his head. All right. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock, and they'll set up right down the middle. And a beautiful curve that just catches the top of the zone, and we've got ourselves a full count. Is why wouldn't you have a full count when the tying run is on base in the late innings and it's the KBO? As the camera right there shows what I'm talking about, like they know what I'm doing. I bet they're listening too. All right, here comes a 3-2 pitch, sets up off the plate, and that is off the plate and left into left field, and that will be a catch by Park Sung-woo, who just replaced Yu Sung in left field, and what a good defensive substitution that was, as we will go to the 9th inning. Lotte down 3-1. They'll have 3 more outs to try to score 2 runs before Kia scores any themselves. And yeah, I think I've got to change my. I think my hit count is a little off there. Did you notice my 1992 Cardinals uniform that I hung up on the wall, on the door back there, Brink? Right. So let's see who's coming in. Check all my stuff here. Lotte's now left 8 runners on base. Kia's left 7 themselves. Now, Kia will have the 8, 9, 1 hitters stepping up to face. We'll see who they're going to face. They haven't updated any pitchers. Hante Young will move in to take over at third base. The rain seems to be coming pretty hard now. So I'm not going to change the third baseman. Everybody is running for cover. Is again the umbrellas in the umbrellas at the stadium is still a little crazy to me. So Hante Young is over at third base. I'll see if I can get that changed. Hante Young. So Kim Tae-gun looks at strike 1. You can definitely tell that the rain is coming down a little harder now, as you can start to see it on the helmets and leaving a little water droplets. The players are kind of blinking a little bit faster, as that is outside 1-1 now. Kim Tae-gun, 2 for 3 on the day with that very interesting RBI double in the second inning, and then he had a single back in the fourth, a 5-3 ground on his last at bats. That's going to be a 6-3 ground out to start the ninth inning. It is the top of the ninth, not the bottom, and that is 1 out. My buttons aren't working. My buttons aren't working. Why isn't my button working? Try that again. There we go. All right. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Kim Gyu-sung. I imagine they'll have not going to have a pinch hitter here. I'm actually a little surprised at this. So, 231 on the season. He is 0 for 3 today. A ground out to the first baseman, a strikeout that is right down the middle, and it's strike 1. And also a fly out to left field in his last at bat. And the 0-1 pitch, that is ripped, but's foul. Ball boy diving and makes the play, ladies and gentlemen. What a play by the ball boy. What a play by the ball boy. There we go. That. He even gets a nice applause from the first base coach. And that is a swing and a miss. That'll bring the lineup back to the top of the lineup. Park Chan-ho now will step in. He is hitless on the day, 0 for 4. 3-1 ground out on a diving stop, a liner to the first baseman, a 5-3. Well, good morning, sir. Just in time for the ninth. And a fly out to right, and looks at strike 1 that just catches the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. And swing and a miss, and he was really fooled on that one. Oh, dude, I don't do Hanwha games anymore. I do whatever you guys want. I am no longer a Hanwha fan. All right, the 0-2 pitch, and that is bounced off of his glove or something and way up, and yeah, and anyway, it's ball 1. I think I've maybe done 3 or 4 Hanwha games. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away, and it stays 1-2. I am 100% anti-Hanwha. I forgot to look at the date on his helmet, as that is a chopped foul, and it stays 2-2. Turn around. I need to see the helmet. What's the date? Come on, man. Park Chan-ho, work with me here. I want to see the date on your helmet there. All right, the 1-2 pitch. And he lifts that one a foul again, and we'll have another 1-2 pitch. What does that say? Oh, don't turn. 6-2. All right, what happened on June 6th, 2023? Sorry, June 2nd, 2023. This year, as that is fouled away again. Let's see. Park Chan-ho went 1 for 3 on that day with a strikeout, and they lost 14-2 to Lotte. I don't know why. Maybe his kid is born or something. I don't know. All right, the 1-2 pitch once again, and that one is way outside. 2-2 now. Pitch number 9 of this at bats. And he sticks the bat out, and Reyes will run in, loses his hat again. Somebody get that guy a bobby pin for his hat. That will be 3 away in the top of the 9th. The closer will be heading in as we will head to the bottom of the ninth as Kia's up 3-1. That's so Daniel, if you go to my YouTube page and you go to the post or the community section, one, you can vote on which games you want to see, and then two, I'll try to post which games I'm going to do for each week during that week. So tomorrow, I believe it's the SSG versus Samsung game, which is tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 10th right now. Hume, big 4-0 win over LG as Hernandez once again struggled. 4 runs. He gave up, only pitched 2/3 of an inning and gave up 8 runs in his last starting. And then this one, not much better. Jung Hae Young will move out onto the mound. The closer, 5.40 ERA, 1 loss, 3 saves on the season. I think that's what that said. Jung Hae Young. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, the first pitch is in there for a strike to Jung Hoon. So they'll have 7, 8, 9 trying to score 2 runs before they get 3 outs. And the 0-1 pitch and just catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-2. And Jung Hoon, 0 for 3 on the day, a 6-4-3 ground out in the second, so 1-3 ground out in the fourth, and then a strikeout back in the seventh. Chaewon Jun is over in right. Park Jae Hyun is in center field now. I won't change that, as that is going to be a ground ball. Shortstop over, grabs it to the throw across, and the tag by Wisdom, and that's will be 1 away. Not a good throw. Again, Park Chan Ho led the league, or was second in the league in errors last year. That was not a good throw. Drug Wisdom way up the line towards the catcher, but he makes the catch and then tags Jung Hoon right on the waist. I think he got his jersey at least. But here we go. Yugong Nam is going to pinch hit here and see his first at bat of the day. No, they're all over there. So I have all the Hanwha uniforms. Like today, I have a Lotte uniform on. I have uniforms for all the teams now. All right, the 0-1 pitch is chopped foul, and it's 0-2. So basically, Hanwha has never ever given Hanwha fans like any sort of fan service, and I'm just fed up with it. Like this year, a ton of stuff is ripped into left field, and he'll have himself a 1-out pinch hit single. And I'm not going to change all of this stuff. So I started with season tickets in 2018. I went in 2018. Was my first year with season tickets. 2020 they were still the same price, 610,000 won, which is about $500. Since then they've raised the price over 100%. They are now over 120, 1.2 million won. So basically, they've gone from $500 for a season ticket to $1,000 for a season ticket. But not only that, in that time, they've gone 10th, 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 ninth, and 8th. They've never finished above 8th, as he just lost his chain. Uh, then usually in the off season, season ticket holders get the first shot at another season ticket the next year, but not this year because there was a new stadium. On top of that, uh, they sold the season ticket holders don't even get the good seats, as that is a swing and a miss there. Uh, so the season ticket holders for Hanwha only can have row 20 and back. They can't have the front rows. They keep overcharging for everything. They keep bringing in these legend managers that manage the same way. And that is going to be lifted into the gap, and that's going to drop down as Yukong Nam is going to head into third, and Yukong Nam is going to have to wait over at third as the ball did get away. But just like that, Junmin Jae has got himself a double, and you've got runners on second and third now with just one out. Yeah, lots of other stuff like they've never had any sort of fan service whatsoever. They tried to say that they did, but it was for the chairman, not for any of the fans. They no longer offer weekend season tickets for a lot of people. Oh, it's hitter friendly. 95, 99 to the corner and 95 to the right field, but there's a big wall. I mean, anytime you're playing against Hanwha, it's hitter friendly, as that is ball one on the inside. Wan Sung Bin steps in. He is 0 for 4 on the day. 2 strikeouts, a 6-4 ground out, a ground out to the shortstop, and the 3-1 pitch swing and a miss there. 1-1 now. So the infield is playing a little bits. You do have a lot of speed at second base. A single will score 2. Uh, he is also very fast himself. So, and the 1-1 is swing and a miss there, and it's strike 2, 1-2 now. Wong Sung Bin, already 2 strikeouts today, has yet to hit the ball out of the infield. He is the one run for Lotte, though, as he did come around to score after the fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning. All right, the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside, and that is way upstairs, 2-2. James Nail looking on, hoping to get his second win of the season, as again he has left every game with a lead. Pitcher friendly, Busan and Jamshil. Like, yeah, no question. Busan and Jamshil. Lotte and Jamshil is Doosan and LG. But Sajik, which is this stadium here for Lotte Busan. And then Jamshil is Seoul for that is both for Lotte or both for LG and Doosan. All right, the 2-2 pitch. And he chops it back to the pitcher. He looks back at third, and that'll be 2 away as the 1-3 groundouts is not able to score a run. A great job by the pitcher to look the third guy over at third base back. But that's going to bring up Go Sung Min. Go Sung Min already been on base 3 times today with a walk and 2 singles, a 6-3 ground out in his last at bats. Almost an error there on the pitcher as he was looking over at third base instead of looking at the ball going into his glove. But Go Sung Min now steps in 14 pitches from Jung Hae Young, who I believe also pitched yesterday. Young A. Young threw 20 pitches yesterday to get the save, as that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it on the grass and throws, and that's will end the game as Kia takes the win 3-1 as Lotte leaves two more on base. I can't even breathe. Two more on base as they finish the inning or finish the game hitless with runners in scoring position. 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Really a big difference in the game, as I'll talk about it in just a second here. That's what you wanted, right, Mary Kate? Well, congratulations, sir or ma'am, or whatever your pronouns shall be. Uh, so, the big thing for today is, honestly, both pitchers pitched okay. Uh, if you ask, James Nail ended up throwing 7 pitches, 92 for strikes, 92 pitches, 66 for strikes, 65 for strikes. Gave up 6 hits, but he scattered them. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 run. It was our Naguan, 6 innings, 102 pitches, 65 for strikes, 6 hits, 1 homer was really the difference in the game. He walked 3 batters, struck out 3, but gave up 3 runs. Really, the difference is runners in scoring position. That is the difference. Kia only had 1 at bat with runners in scoring position. The reason why they scored their 2 runs was, or actually, so the reason why they scored their 3 runs was in the second inning, you had that little weird bloop that Junjanu lost in the lights, and because there were 2 outs, it allowed Chaewon Jun to come home to score on what should have been out number 3. But I mean, he didn't touch it, so they don't give him an error. Obviously, it was an error. I mean, he just lost it in the lights. There's nothing to say about that. Other than that, the other hit that they had was after a wisdom walk. They had a 2-run shot by Nasang Bomb in the third inning. Those were the 3 runs that they had.
너무
Thank you, thank you.
감사합니다.
Sorry, I can't read your name, but thank you. I can't read your name because it's covering on the black area, so sorry. Thank you, but uh, then from there, they only had 3 hits all day with runners on base. They had the weird double RBI double from Kim Tae-gun. They had the 2-run homer from Nasang Bomb, and then other than that, they had a Chae Hyung-woo single with a runner on first. That's the only 3 hits that they had with runners on base. They went 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. So really, they didn't hit very well. But as far as Lotte stranded 10 runners. They went 0 for 6 with runners on base. With runners in scoring position. They had 4 hits with runners on base, but they again were just singles. I don't believe they had any extra. They did. The only extra base hit was the double in the 9th inning that moved the runner over to third base. So uh, they manufactured that run in the third inning by getting a single and then a ground out, but just switching places, and then a single there moved the runner over to third, and then another ground outs scored the run. Uh, so not the best performances on offense. And I really wouldn't say the best performances on the mound either. Uh, again, Nagyuan pitched well for him. Again, 102 pitches, 6 innings, 3 runs. You've got to think Nagyuan is going to do that, then they should be good. Nail is just right now is in a league of his own in the KBO. Today was the first run that he has allowed all season. And again, it was completely manufactured run. The bullpen for Kia is going to be an issue tomorrow because they've used those guys for both games in this Lotte series. So something you do have to worry about if you're thinking about tomorrow's game or anything. I don't know how Kia is going to be able to, in a close game, I'm not sure how they're going to be able to hold a lead. Uh, Even with their main guys, they struggled to do it today. So, uh, elsewhere around the league, I'll give you a real quick. Looks like I almost want to go. I almost want to go streaming. Hanwha's up 5-4 in the bottom of the ninth, but Doosan has a runner on third with the guy that hit the game winner walk off yesterday is up to bats. KBO wins 4-0 against LG. KT just won 4-1 against NC, and it looks like the top of the 11th SSG has gone up on Samsung. That's 3-1 now. Samsung or SSG is up 3-1, scored 2 runs in the top of the 11th against Samsung. So again, this year in the KBO, they only go 11 innings, not 12. They said we have to save the pitchers because the pitch clock doesn't make any sense. I think something like 7 games or 17 games all of last year went 12 innings. So they took away 1 inning, which ends up being like a 0.2 innings per team or something is what they're saving. Nothing really big. But that'll be it for me. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back same time tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the SSG versus Samsung game. Then I'll have obviously some more games this weekend. I don't even remember what I'm streaming anymore. All my days are running together. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow once again. And as always, until next time.